All right, here's another quick look at one of my knives. This is one of the new models from Lon Humphrey. It's the Monitor, and it's basically the same size as the Alpha, exactly the same handle. Just the difference is obviously the blade. This is more of a fighter style blade with the clip point. Blade cutting edge is about 5.8 inches, and it's got a full about 5-inch handle on it. So I mean, really quite a sizable handle. I mean, people with large hands won't have any issues getting, proper grip with it. I've got extra large hands and I have no issues with it. I can tell you right now that this is probably one of the most comfortable knife handles I've got out of any of my knives. The Alpha there, I've whittled and stripped bark off of saplings for hours, just trying to get used to the knife and see what it's like and whatnot. And it's by far the most comfortable handle I've ever had, like zero fatigue, which was quite surprising. Like for instance, comparing it to like a Bark River Gunny or Bravo. I mean, even them, they're a super comfortable handle, and nothing but great things to say about them, but this was definitely more comfortable. This one here is in Desert Ironwood. It has the orange G10 liners and Corby bolts. It's made out of 52-100, and yeah, a really tough steel, fine grain steel. Takes and holds an excellent edge. The only thing about this one knife, and it's not a fault with the knife, but when I got it, and I'm sure it's just because of the humidity in my climate, when I received it, they shipped them in the sheath. There was a little bit of surface rust, so I'm not sure if you can see a little bit of sort of weird shiny spots and stuff. That's not the knife, that's me. I took the buffing wheel on my Dremel and it kind of made it look like it's got, I don't know, some kind of disease, I guess, but it'll buff out. So that's one thing I will say, actually, and I think it partly is related to these new sheaths. I've got another one of these sheaths, like actually it's in my Gunfighter, and I noticed that I can't store it in the sheath at all without it rusting. It doesn't matter how well I oil it. You should never obviously store your knives in a sheath, but if you have a proper veggie tan sheath, I mean, it should help. So I don't know whether there's some moisture left in the sheath from the dyeing process. That would be my guess, because I've got other ones, the same style sheath, same maker, and they don't do that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking anyways. Really a high quality sheath though. Yeah, still needs to break in, obviously. One thing I will say maybe as a negative with this sheath is the belt loop, the width of it, and also the width of it makes it so that there's not a lot of room for it to dangle around. Some people might like that. I actually like a knife that's able to sort of kick up like that a little bit more. So if you're jumping in and out of a truck or a piece of equipment or something like that, it's a little easier to do that. But when you're walking around, with it hanging on your belt, there's obviously no issues. So yeah, the other thing too, I really do like a clip point on a knife. If you're not doing bushcraft stuff or woodworking stuff, clip point is in a lot of ways a better shape of blade. Having that fine tip allows you to do some finer detail type work. And even as a hunting knife, I mean, you can use this knife to gut a deer or whatever a little easier than having a big fat wide spear point blade for under the tail and things like that. Or I mean, obviously the gutting knife, I mean, that tip is going to be pretty dangerous for poking a gut bag or whatever, but everything else, I mean, running up the legs and stuff like that, it actually would work pretty well. Not exactly a skinning knife, but overall it's actually a pretty versatile blade shape, because if you look, there's still quite a bit of fair bit of belly in here. you can still use it. For skinning, I mean, you're gonna have to adjust obviously how you hold the knife and how you go about things, but yeah, it's definitely a nice little knife. There's another one coming out too called the Hickok, which is kind of, I mean, my impression of it is it looks like a bit of a scaled down gunfighter. So it's an incredibly good looking blade. It looks to be about maybe 6.5, 7 inches in length, blade length, and sharing maybe a similar handle, maybe to the Hellhound. I don't know if it's as big as the gunfighter, but that's definitely one I'm looking forward to. But yeah, quick review on it. Not sure what else to say about it. You can watch some of my other videos to get an idea as far as what I think of the steel, which obviously is excellent. And then handle, being that it is the same as the Alpha, I know for a fact it's, you know, by far one of the most comfortable handles you can get on the knife, and it's definitely sizable enough that, you know, somebody with large, extra large hands, or even probably, you know, double XL mitts wouldn't have a problem with it. I think, you know, my glove size is kind of extra large, sometimes double XL, just depending on the glove. So not because I got fat fingers, but my hands actually maybe on knives and stuff have a harder time than somebody that has maybe bigger hands than me, but fatter fingers and stuff, because my hand will tend to wrap around the knife a little more. And I noticed that handle sizes and stuff can tend to be small for me. And so I definitely feel like this would be more than suitable for probably 90% of you out there with, you know, great big gorilla mitts and stuff. So if you buy one of these knives, I don't think you have to worry about that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, just a quick look at it, and look forward to reading your comments. Thanks for watching.